Chairman and Ranking Member, for holding this hearing. You know, I represent a district in New Jersey, which is 44% of the people in my district were born outside this country. I myself am an immigrant. I came to this country when I was 11 years old as a refugee from Cuba. And I always tell this story. When we landed in Miami, they took us to the refugee center. They knew that we were going to New Jersey. They gave me a hat, glove, and a coat. My brother also. And we went on to New Jersey. My parents also. I told people that was a great investment by this country. I've been paying taxes all these years. My family, myself, I'm still paying taxes. So as far as I'm concerned, I also created a business. I employed people. So as far as I'm concerned, this country made a great investment in the Series family. Today I'm here. And the greatness of this country is the fact that I came as a refugee. I'm here in Congress, and my vote here is as good as anybody that was born here. And I care for this country as much as anybody that was born here. Probably more. Because I appreciate the opportunity that was given to my family. So when I hear about all these things about immigrants, how bad they are, you know, I just don't buy it. Of course, everybody wants legal immigration. Nobody wants illegal immigration. The condition of some of these people in this country are so horrible that they may not have a choice. But they do come and work. And one of my questions that I have is, when people that are not legally here work, some of them contribute to taxes, right? Some of them contribute to Social Security, right?
Absolutely.
Do they get that money back?
Not now, no.
No. Do you know how much they contribute that they don't get the money back that they work for?
I should have that in front of me right now. It's trillions. I mean, trillions of dollars basically in payroll taxes that are contributed into the system in the long run.
And they don't get that back in Social Security?
I mean, at this stage, no. I mean, there's a way in which if you can, if you're paying through an ITIN and you can sort of track that down the road, there are ways in which you could potentially do it, but most of that money right now is left on the table. Right
now it stays in the budget, wherever it goes.
That's right.
The other aspect is that we make it more difficult for people, even who are here legally, to become citizens. You know, I go to ceremonies all the time, and I swear people all the time. I just found out the other day that if you become a citizen, and you get the certificate that says it's, you know, which my father used to have in the living room, if you lose that certificate, now they charge you $500 to get a copy of that certificate, or if you misplace it. And it's now close to $1,000 to become a citizen. We just keep making it more and more difficult for people to become citizens, even if you're here legally. You know, we had a bill that came from the Senate, close to 70 votes in the Senate came here, and because a group of people didn't feel like they were going to support it and were going to create hell, it never went through. And that was a bipartisan effort for a comprehensive immigration bill. Mayor, I know I was a mayor for 12 years. 94% of the student body in the town that I represented were Hispanic. So you can imagine, they didn't speak English, so you can imagine the pressure on the budget of that community. Pressure on housing, pressure on everything. And you know, one of the things, across the street from me, there's a supermarket. And when this whole thing started with the president and people became fearful, the owner of the supermarket came to me and says, you know, my business is down 35, almost 40%. Because a lot of people became afraid and moved someplace else and didn't buy in that store. You know, I had the same problems with housing, police, and generally, I find that immigrants are pretty respectful to teachers and police officers. This business that they all come here and somehow they're criminals, I don't buy that. I lived it. So, you know, we just can't keep making it more difficult for people who are here to become citizens.